Hello my friends, my name is Tim Johnson. We're going to be doing something completely different today. I'm going to be cooking in real time an amazing meal, the sort of food I eat all the time, the sort of food that gives you all the macronutrients, the micronutrients that your body needs all day, the sort of food that will heal you, that will stop sugar cravings, that will keep you satisfied all day, give you energy, and much, much more. It's a sort of food, like I say, I eat all the time, and it's cooked in real time, and you'll see that you don't need all the time in the world to cook this type of food, because in this busy world we all live in, many of you out there, and I was exactly the same, stuff junk food down because it's a time issue, and it's ready meals and packet meals, and food preparation's gone out the window, and we've become a bit disconnected with food. And many years ago, in the dark and distant 70s, I trained as a chef. And sort of over the years, as I sort of moved into restaurant management, etc., I sort of fell out of love with cooking. But recently I've fallen back in love with it again, probably because I have got more time, but because I'm in Spain and the Mediterranean diet is so healthy and so fresh and so beautiful. And one of my food heroes was a man called Keith Floyd. And perhaps those of you watching in America won't have heard of Keith Floyd, or maybe you have. But he was the forerunner of cooking on television, or chefs. He never called himself a chef, he called himself a cook. And he believed that three things were truly important when you cooked. And one was simplicity, and one was ingredients and the freshness of the ingredients, the fact that your ingredients should be in season. And also the final third one he believed in was a passion and a love for the food and a respect for the food that you were cooking. And many of us become disconnected with that these days. But this type of food I'm cooking now, any of you can cook at home. You don't have to be a cook or a chef or whatever. It's simple to produce. It will give you all, like I say, all the macronutrients, micronutrients you need, the energy, it's healing. And the time issue, because I'm going to cook this in real time, is not an issue. You can do the preparation for it, in the morning or even during the evening when you come home. The whole thing, the preparation and cooking, would only take 15 or 20 minutes. So I hope to demonstrate that to you today. Like I say, it's the sort of food I eat all the time. You are what you eat. If you eat rubbish, you feel rubbish. If you eat rubbish, your mood is low, your energy is low. And I hopefully will share this with you now. And I'm going to give you a quick spin round the ingredients now, as Keith Floyd used to say. I apologise for the camera work, first of all. I'm on my own. So, the camera work will probably be a bit dodgy and a bit shaky, but hopefully you'll be able to see everything. So I'll share the ingredients with you first. So here we go. Over here, just let me switch the gas up here. This is the pan I'm going to be cooking this in. As you can see, it's a giant pan. This could be cooked in a wok, but I've got OCD and I don't like olive oil sprayed all over the kitchen, as my children will testify, because they buy me tea towels like this, Tim's Vegan Kitchen. They say I fold up and leave tea towels everywhere, and they're absolutely right. And another one here, Tim's Fresh Tea Towel. Anyway, back to the ingredients. As you can see, the Mediterranean diet is probably the healthiest diet, or one of the healthiest diets in the world, because of its freshness, because of olive oil, because the ingredients, like I say, are all grown locally. And I'm very fortunate because over here we have 3 vegetable shops in the village, and they all have farm delivered food, as 3 butcher shops which have farm delivered meat. But the money you waste on junk food and the money you waste on whatever else that you save, you can use to pay that little bit extra for good ingredients. Fresh quality ingredients are what matters. So over here, first of all, we've got the carbohydrate, because this meal is split into exactly what you need, really. Sort of 45% carbohydrate, 35% good protein, and 25% really good fats. So brown rice, low on the glycemic index, pre-cooked, and I've washed, I've drained it off and I've refreshed it in cold water. You can keep it in the fridge for 3 days. So that's low on the glycemic index, so it stops sugar cravings. Quinoa, brilliant superfood. It is one of the only, it's full of nutrition, but it's one of the only foods with all 9 essential amino acids in it. And also, again, low on the glycemic index, got loads of micronutrients in it. Chia seeds, fantastic. It's another superfood. An interesting fact about chia seeds, the Mayans who discovered them could march all day on a handful of chia seeds. But they're full of omegas, 3, 6, 9s, some fresh peas. And I've prepared these ingredients here, chopped mushrooms, chopped fresh vine tomatoes, garlic. These are the basics of all Mediterranean diet. Red onions, if you can get them, fantastic, finely chopped. Lovely green pimentos, lovely red peppers, yellow peppers, as you can see. So we're all ready to go then. And also the best ingredient of all, olive oil. As much of that as you can get down you. It keeps your arteries and your veins supple. It prevents heart attacks. It's really good for the brain. All sorts of, it's one of the best fats you can eat, and you need it, essential. And of course, sea salt, sodium, really important in the diet. But sea salt best if possible, black pepper. So we'll go back up here. And also meat, the protein element of this. I only eat meat a couple of times a week. But the rest of the time you can make a sort of veggie version of this. This is a beautiful fresh pork, loin of pork, very lean. I've trimmed it and I've very finely cut the pork. And it is locally bred pork, so it's not full of antibiotics, additives. It's worth spending that little bit extra to get great ingredients. That's what makes this dish so special. It's simple. Right, so I'll put this back up here. So I will now, the pan is nice and hot. So we'll get plenty of olive oil in here now. Okay. And we're going to sear this meat very quickly. So just get my spoon. And we're going to seal it very quickly. You don't have to cook this for very long. Get that out of the way. So, the reason we're searing this quickly, pork doesn't need, especially lean and good farm-bred pork like this, hardly needs any cooking at all. In fact, that'll do it. So we then lift that out of the pan. Get that out of the pan out of the way. And that's sealed, as you can see. I'll get a close-up of that in a second when I put some more olive oil in the pan. And that can just sit there and wait while we heat the pan back up again. And we add a little bit more olive oil. Not too much in this case. Right, the pork, as you can see, down there, all sealed, ready. And now we'll let the pan get nice and hot again. And we're going to add all of this chopped up stuff here, the onions, the garlic, the vine tomatoes, the mushrooms, the green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, pimentos, sorry they are. So nice and hot the pan, all of it in, get a nice sizzle going with the olive oil. And then we're going to add some seasoning, sea salt, a nice good handful of sea salt. And some black pepper. Plenty of black pepper because I like it. It's up to you how much you put in. And we're just going to get that sealed and softened in the red hot oil. And we're just going to put the lid on that for a second. And that'll give it plenty of heat. I forgot to mention the baby spinach, by the way. This is locally grown baby spinach. And again, it's just been washed, and this will go in last minute. The thing about spinach is that if it's eaten raw, because a lot of people recommend it's eaten raw, but you don't get the nutrition from it if it's eaten raw. If you slightly cook it, it releases all the nutrition from it, the iron, the potassium, the magnesium, all those micronutrients, loads of vitamin C, really good for you, and that'll just last minute that'll go in. So now we'll just get that up now, and that's sizzling lovely. I'll get a close up on the pan in a minute. So that's that, give it a good stir up. Get rid of the lid for a second, and we'll drop these peas in. Not all of them, we don't need all of them. And because they're actually frozen peas that I've defrosted, they hardly need any cooking at all. And again, they're full of good protein and vitamin C. So again, really good for you. Lid back on just for a couple of seconds. As you can see, this in a minute, this will all come together, and I'll add these bits to it. And literally 8 to 10 minutes, and you're in, done. And you can cook, and what I normally do is I'll cook a batch of this that is enough for 2 days, and that, you know, half goes straight in the fridge so it's chilled down straight away. The other half I'll eat, and it's ready for the next day, and I'll just toss it in some olive oil the next day, and that's absolutely fine. And you know, you don't lose any nutrition, anything at all, and that's perfectly fine. So, also, as I was saying, meat, I only eat meat 2 times a week. You know, it's up to you how much you eat meat, and sometimes it'll be chicken, sometimes it'll be pork, but always when I can get hold of it, it's farm bred, free range in the case of chicken, so it's not shot full of antibiotics. Just make sure all your ingredients, I can't stress this enough, this dish relies on a freshness of its ingredients and the quality of its ingredients, simplicity, that's what it's all about. And treating them with that respect and love that they deserve. Right, that's lovely and softened now. I'll just give you a close-up of that, and you can get all the colours of that. If it steams up the camera, I apologise. So, as you can see, beautiful. Okay, now put that back up here. Now I'm going to add the spinach to that. Literally, a nice handful of spinach. And we'll just let that spinach just sweat for a couple of seconds. Just a couple of seconds. Now, as I say, you can make, sorry, I'll just turn that round a bit. You can make a vegetarian version of this, because 3 or 4 times a week, you know, I'll make a vegetarian version of this, and I'll add, you know, everything that I've put in it so far, apart from the meat, obviously, and I'll add things. I'll get like fresh beans, and I'll get fresh asparagus, and you know, aubergines and courgettes, which are really freely available here. Beautiful fresh ingredients, you know, and I'll walk around the 3 veg shops and pick out the best ones. You know, and you can do this, you don't need little veg shops. If you can find them at home, that's fantastic. But the supermarket, I've got quality ingredients there if you hunt them out. And they're not that much more expensive. It's a fallacy that they're more and more expensive. They're not. So, and as I say, the money you'll save on living healthily, you know, invest it in yourself, in your health, by getting good quality ingredients and good food. Right, that spinach is sweated down lovely now. I'm going to add the meat back in with the juice of the olive oil. Doesn't need hardly any, get rid of that. So now we're going to, almost done. Just toss that meat up to heat it up and just give it its final bit of cooking. The relationship, well, just let me put this in actually before I tell you this bit. The chia seeds, they have a lovely nutty, crunchy texture, as well as being so good for you, like I said. So just sort of half of them. The quinoa, because that'll give it all those amino acids, and the brown rice. So we might need a bit more brown rice. We'll have a quick look at that in a minute. Just toss that. And that's looking good. You can put fresh herbs in this if you want to. I just haven't got any today. You know, all sorts of fresh herbs, coriander if you want, basil if you want, you know, anything like that. We'll put a bit more rice in that, it needs it. I'll get rid of that. See, the relationship with food, or mine, has changed, so it's now fuel. I used to use it as comfort. I used to use it to make myself feel better. But if you eat this food, you won't get sugar cravings. It'll keep your glycemic index low. It'll stop you craving sugar during the day. It'll keep you satiated. It'll give you long, slow burning energy, as well as all those vitamins and minerals that you need. You know, and as I say, I see food now as fuel. Switch the heat off, and we'll just get a plate here, and we'll get a big fat loving close up on this. This is not pretty food. Don't expect, it's not sort of nouvelle cuisine or pretty food. It's robust, it's healthy, it's simple. So it doesn't look beautiful, but I guarantee you that it will keep you satisfied all day and bring you a great deal of good health. There we go. We'll just, as I say there, put that there because that's going to be my, and I'll give you a close-up of that. And that there. There we go. Yeah, it's not, like I say, it's not pretty food, but it's rocket fuel. It will keep you fueled all day. It will give you all those nutrients that you need and keep you satisfied all day. So please subscribe, please like the videos, share them if you think they'll be of any use to anyone. Reignite your relationship with food. Find a respect for it again, a love for fresh ingredients again, and find the time to cook. And anyone can do that, as I say, you know. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'll give it a quick taster. No, it is really, really tasty. And like I say, keep you fueled all day. So Carpe Diem, seize the day today. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like to see more, I can do some more cooking, whatever, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. Much love to you all. See you again. Bye-bye.